Russ, certainly your job got a little bit more difficult over the last couple of months with the injury to you, Stu, in particular. Just what has the personnel changes to your room? How has that impacted? I wouldn't say preparation similar, but how has it impacted how you have to go about bringing along younger guys who are less proven when you lose?
I mean, football's the next man up game. Injuries are the unfortunate part of this game, and Evan Stewart's a great player, but everyone looks at the player that we lost. I look at the young man that we lost. He was a kid who was in my office every morning at 6 a.m., curious about how he could get better, studying other college receivers who are around the same body type and skill set. So that's kind of I miss that part about him more so than a player. You know what I mean? But he's around. He's in our facilities. He's in the meeting rooms. But football's the next man up game, and a lot of guys are going to get the opportunity to step up and be able to do their thing.
Right here on the right, Zach.
Malik seems to fly under the radar a bit from an outside perspective. What have you seen from him this summer, and kind of what skill set does he bring to your room?
I think Malik's a kid ever since he's been here. He got here a little bit before I did, but throughout the spring and now in training camp, I think he's gotten better every single day. He adds a speed element to our offense, and he can do a lot of things. He can run short to intermediate and deep routes. He's an older guy. He's actually played 787 snaps in his career between Florida State and Alabama. So, guy's played a lot of football. His journey's kind of been a little rocky, ups and downs with, Alabama, JUCO, Florida State, but now he's here at Oregon. So, he'll be a positive contributor to this team, and I love working with him every day.
On the left here, Matt, in the middle.
Talking with players and coaches, get a sense of like steady rock foundation for Gary for your guys' room. Just what does Gary bring to the table, and just kind of what does he mean to this receiver room? What he could do.
GB means a lot, not only to the receiver room, but to myself. He's a guy, again, played a lot of football. He was hurt last year. I think he didn't play very much last year. He did in 2023, and then he played 2 years at USC. So he's played a lot of football again, and he's a guy who's done it. He's seen it. He's played in the Pac-12. He's played a little bit in the Big Ten, but now he's a guy with a lot of experience. He knows how to practice. He's the same guy every single day. Like every morning I wake up, I look at GB, I know exactly what I'm gonna get. Like that's never going to change with him. So it's just consistency and the professionalism that is very key to myself as a coach and to our room because I can look at him and see he does everything right. He does it the right way and kind of follow his lead. So I think that's what he brings to our room.
Right here on the right again, Zach.
Got to ask about Decory and what makes him different from other true freshmen you've coached before.
I think Corey, again, I just think the want to and the desire to be a good football player, I think is there. He's gotten better as training camps went on ever really since he's been on campus. He's just, again, a great kid, very curious, wants to be good, practices hard, very competitive. He's going to be a very, very good player for Oregon, and hopefully he contributes a lot this year.
Front left, James.
In the world on the outside, especially this fan base, has outsized expectations of Decorian in particular. I'm sure his expectations are even higher. How do you coach and guide that to where it's still within the realm of realistic and not outsized, particularly when it's at the start of someone's career and just getting started in a realistic way that's not outsized by way of making the moment too big?
One thing I learned from Coach Belichick, he'd always talk about ignoring the noise. So you just got to ignore outside opinions because at the end of the day, no reporter is nobody who makes rankings. They don't play the game. We play the game. So we just got to focus on the process and getting better every single day. And I think he's done a good job kind of just having tunnel vision on what's actually important, like his attitude, his effort, coming to practice every day curious, asking questions, making sure that he knows what his job is, making sure he knows how to run the routes properly, making sure that he competes every single play. That's what's most important. So all the national media and expectations and all that, like we ignore the noise. Like we don't hear that in here. We're just here at work every day trying to get better.
You're on the left again, Matt.
Since you've been here, what's just been your impressions of the development that Dylan and J Mac have gone through since spring ball? Now off-season workouts now halfway through camp.
I see two young players who are getting a lot better. Weight rooms like Coach Love and his weight staff, they're doing a heck of a job with him. I think Dylan Gresham's one of our strongest receivers. J Mac, he's improved his play style. He's playing more aggressive and more physical and really more confident. But I think confidence has been key for both of those guys. They were redshirted last year. I know J Mac came in, he had hurt his foot. Then both of them redshirted last year, kind of got a lot of reps on the scout team. But they're more confident players now, and it's showing on the practice field. So they just got to continue on that trajectory.
On the right, Zach.
Kyler told us that after his injury last year, he was pretty down for a few weeks and kind of struggled to get back in that rehab mindset. I know that happened before you got here, but how have you seen him attack things this offseason and try to get into a spot where he's really competing to carve out a role?
Yeah, I think yeah, injury is a tough part of football, and Kyler's been able to bounce back well. You know, he's available, he's practicing right now, and again, he's a fourth year guy, and he just continues like these other guys, just continue to get better every single day, and just come in with the mindset like, okay, what can I attack today? What can I improve on today? How can I become a more trusted member, more dependable today? So I think every day he's just trying to improve at that right there.
Front left, James.
If Will goes with more 12 personnel than maybe we saw the past, at least last season, maybe more like 2 years ago, how will that impact how much you're able to rotate or not, or be able to spread guys' reps out or not throughout a game if it's more 11 like we've seen or more 12 than maybe we saw a couple of years ago?
So I know one thing that we're going to do, we're going to put the best players on the field that help us score as many points as possible so we can win games. So whether that's 11 personnel, 12 personnel, 10 personnel, 13 personnel, doesn't matter. We have a lot of capable pieces on offense, and we're going to put the best combination of 5 skill players out there that who will help us score the most points.
Back to Matt here.
It's kind of your philosophy of how many guys you want to be able to use during a game or a season, kind of a rotation. And I guess how close are you to that number?
Me, I'm not afraid to rotate guys. If they can play winning football and help Oregon win games every single Saturday, then they're gonna play. Whether that's 3 people, whether that's 7 people, it doesn't matter the number. Like I will rotate you in there. If you can help us win, you're gonna play.
James on the left.
Following with that, Dan likes to use the term above the line, below the line. When you have the second scrimmage, last major data point before game start, how many do you feel are above the line right now, and what can they do tomorrow if they're on that fringe to put themselves there and increase that number heading into game preparation?
Hey, you caught me on the wrong day. I'll be able to answer that tomorrow. But right now, I feel good. I feel we have a good amount of players above the line right now. But again, if you're above the line, you got to stay above the line. If you're at the line, then you need to figure out what you can do to get yourself above the line. If you're below the line, you need to continue to get better every day so you can put yourself at the line. Like I'm just looking for guys who go out there, who can do the job, who compete their ass off, and who can make plays when their number's called. That's what I'm looking for. And a lot of guys have proven they could do that so far. But tomorrow's another opportunity for us to solidify the guys who can and can't do that.